Hi, I'm Henrietta. Welcome to the show. Many police departments are currently using tasers and think that they are a good alternative to the use of guns. Others point to the number of people who have been killed by tasers and reject them as a viable option. This past Tuesday, the Palo Alto Taser Task Force came to a decision about the use of tasers by the Palo Alto Police Department, and they will present their recommendation to the Palo Alto City Council on May 7th. We'll talk about the Taser Task Force's recommendation with my two guests. Donald Mendoza is a resident of Palo Alto who served on the Taser Task Force. He is also a member of the Palo Alto Human Relations Commission. My next guest is Aram James, who is a retired public defender who served in the Public Defender's Office in both Los Angeles and Santa Clara County. James is also a member of the Coalition for Justice and Accountability, which is a Santa Clara County-wide organization. I also have with me, or we have with us, a few people in our studio audience who are welcomed in terms of responding to anything that we say in terms of tasers. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm happy you could be here. Okay. When we talk about tasers, exactly what are we talking about? Are we talking about a stun gun? Are we talking about a laser beam? Are we talking about a dart-like instrument? So what's a taser?
Well, conducted energy device, electromuscular disruption device. They can be used, as you suggested, by shooting prongs from a distance of up to 21 feet. They can be used by touching, by body contact in the stunned method.
So is there something that actually comes out of it and hits the person?
You know, there are wires that come out and the prongs come and they attach to the person's body, and they can even be strong enough to go through clothing.
Do they stay on the person's body, or do they hit the body and then fall off?
In order for the device to work, the prongs, they have to stay attached to the person's body.
Oh, and so the police have to come over and manually take them off?
Yes, that's correct.
Well, tasers are supposed to be less harmful than guns, so why is there a controversy surrounding them? Well,
first of all, they're not used and aren't designed to be used as an alternative to deadly force. Taser International, the profiteer, the manufacturer of Tasers International, put out that pervasive lie, suggesting that they would be used to save lives because they would in fact be used as an alternative to deadly force. They're not designed to be used as an alternative to deadly force. They're designed as an intermediate force weapon, as a substitute for batons, as a substitute for takedown holes, for pepper spray and other intermediate force weapons. Taser International claims that they're a non-lethal weapon, but we've had 3 deaths just this week across this country and more than 255 deaths in the last 5 or 6 years. So they're not non-lethal. And in the context that they're actually used as a substitute for other intermediate force weapons, they're the most lethal of the weapons.
Do you agree with that, Donald? Do you think they are a substitute for guns, less than guns?
No. Well, as Aram stated, the company that in particular makes the model that the Palo Alto PD wants is Taser International. And in their brochures and in their company information, there is some confusion over what the weapon actually is for. But in this case, it is clearly understood that it will not be used as a substitute for deadly force, because when deadly force is warranted, then that's what shall be used. So it's used as an intermediate weapon to fill gaps that currently exist between the types of weapons that the PD currently has and the types of threats that they face. And I believe it fills that gap.